April 2023 video horoscope with me, Lada from Astrolada.com. Guys, April eclipse season starts. Wow, we're gonna have the first eclipse in Aries, the first with North Node since 18 years ago. So big shifts are about to happen, and we're gonna have the luckiest day of the year. Jupiter will join the Sun. For every one of us, some powerful new creative inspirational opportunity will appear that will make us feel more alive. We'll talk through all of that. And Mercury goes retrograde, but who cares? But the eclipses and Jupiter and the Sun. But before I start, I just want to let you know that this is my birthday month, and I only do once a year discount of almost 50% of all of my courses. Only my courses. It's not going to repeat again this year. I'm doing it just for my birthday month for 2-3 weeks. So if you'd like to learn any of my courses, I have foundational, short, long. I will put a link below to all my courses, so you can this is the last time I'm doing it this year, and possibly for years ahead, because I'm gonna do a very different way. We're gonna do a subscription from then on, so it's, so we'll see. So thank you so much. Let's begin the April 20, Sun, Moon, Rising, April 2023. Cancer, quite the happening month. You're here, all of the planets are above the horizon for you mostly, so very public, active month of the year. Happening, visible, you can move things ahead. And you become much more, you'll notice yourself becoming much more motivated, initiative, active, because Mars is already in your sign. Mars is the planet of action, it's the general, and you can be like, go, go, go. Of course, Mars feels a bit icky in Cancer, because you can feel like you can usually act out of emotionalism rather than with, the actions get triggered from emotional reasons. And there's too much feeling into the action sometimes, so that can influence our impartial motivations and actions. But still, you can notice yourself that, and Mars rules your 10th house of career, so you can get more go after, and some important developments can happen in regards to your career, and you can move ahead. There can be some confrontations with authority figures that can get a bit emotional. Just be careful about that. It's a possibility. The ruler of the 10th comes in your first house, but usually it's good for forging forward ahead with goals and plans with your career, to make new plans, to take new actions, and you should be initiative. You should approach whatever you want for your career and get it started, and Mars will give you the kick for that. Of course, you can feel definitely more triggered when Mars is in your sign. Just be careful. It might be good to start some physical workout routine. Fantastic time when Mars is in your sign. Or you can become more physical overall. This is great. And of course, for Cancers, connected to something emotional with an emotional reward at the end, or for emotional reason, or even just getting angry and getting upset, and that's how you start working out. Or because some kind of a pain happens. Mars can be some physical, something hurts you physically, like inflammation or a disruption of your stomach or whatever. So you're like, I'm going to take care of my health now. Because Mars definitely is connected, when it transits the first house, about taking initiative for your body, for your health. But of course, you can be more triggered, instigated, if it's your sun sign, by male figures. Power struggles can happen there, but also you can affirm your willpower more strongly, more, and you can be stronger if it's your moon there. Confrontations with women or family or in emotional relationships can happen, but again, you can take action and affirm yourself and change something there. If it's your ascendant, it's about your physical health, it's about initiating things, about new beginnings, as well, and how you come out more forcefully towards others, which can be a bit of a shock for others, because Cancer is usually a gentle sign, but now you take action. Just try not to bully others, emotionally manipulate them, which can be sometimes an issue there. All right, but the next event is that Saturn is becoming visible at the beginning of the month. It's being born in your 9th house for the first time in 30 years. So you can start laying new structures and new moral rules. You can become very focused on and that will carry on for a long time. That will carry on for 2-3 years, about what is morally right and wrong. There might be the birth of some new moral dilemma that you have to solve, that you're battling with yourself. Is it moral? Is it right to do that? I cannot tell you exactly at what level, but there will be something there, possibly. And that you can establish more moral rules and for yourself and for others. Plus, the ninth house is the house of high education or learning and knowledge. You can start putting new structures and routines around learning, about new plans that you make and new foundations, about pre-qualification, higher knowledge, learning, or something to do with foreign relocation, something to do with foreign documents, papers, and so on. All right, so that's one of the sides of Saturn in the ninth house. But you feel a lot more strongly Jupiter-Sun conjunction, by the way. Oh yes, there is a full moon on the 6th. Full moon in your 4th house with opposition Chiron. So there can be some, Chiron is the planet of the wounded healer. There can be a possibility for healing some long-standing wound connected to family, to home, to parents, to early childhood, to ancestral karma, something that you become aware of, something that emotionally impacts you strongly. And they can, and also it involves the 10th house. It's with the sun, about parents, about, again, is the axis of the parents. Some healing of a situation involving also, if there is some long-standing wounded situation regarding career as well, regarding social standing. But usually this full moon focuses in the 4th house and the 10th, balance between home and family. But around the 6th, and a few days before and a week after, it's a very powerful time to spend with family, to emotionally create a deeper connection, to heal some old wounding, because it's a full moon, it's also about ending stuff and ending some painful karmic family patterns, ending the cycle, so to speak. It's a possibility. Dissolving it, resolving it. It's reached a peak. It cannot go anymore. And Chiron will help with that. Then the next important event goes on the 11th of April, but I think it will be active a lot longer, from the beginning of the month till the 20th of the month. It is the Sun conjunction Jupiter. The exact conjunction is on the 11th, but they're very close to each other from the beginning of the month to, let's say the 12th, 13th of April. So very lucky, the two very powerful planets, the Sun and Jupiter, are in your house of action. And they're joining on the 11th, but even before that, you can find yourself, again, we have this theme of action. The ruler of the house of action, Mars, is in your sign. So you already get this action, activate yourself physically or ambitiously. Wow, the two most powerful gas giants, the most voluminous planets in our solar system are in your 10th house of action. Again, what are you acting on, guys? You're initiating something and they're joining together. So they can be the inspiration for new action in your life, the inspiration for some new big plan, the inspiration for new big future, that something new being born in regards to your career. It might be a new business idea that comes into your mind, a new inspiration for something that you would contribute to the world that will make you feel meaningful and inspired. Some grand new opportunity for a career can appear. New opportunity for some of you can appear for your own business or career, or something good can come to you from authority figures. They can possibility to clash also with authority figures, but almost like they're pushing you towards something, even if you're not ready. But because the conjunction of the Sun and Jupiter happens in the 10th house, something like authority figures or bosses or father figures, or parent, or someone with power, someone with a higher standing position, can push or can open certain doors for you as well and inspire you towards certain action. Sometimes it can be even through force a little bit. But somehow this sparks your own ambition, your own intuition, to get your own inspiration to act. So you can be downloading information, especially about acting into the world, shifting something into the world, your career, your goals, and so on. And then, of course, there is a full moon, sorry, total solar eclipse, again in your 10th house. So, sorry. Total solar eclipse in your 10th house, incredible. Another activation there. So I'm telling you, the whole month there is this activation of this 10th house. In the 20th of April is probably the most powerful one. Especially later born Cancers will really feel it from 25 to 30 degrees because it will square them. If you're Cancer rising, the ancient said that if there is an eclipse in your 10th house, you become like a king. So it's not like that, but for example, when I had a solar eclipse with the south node, with the north node, like you will have in my 10th house from the Ascendant. I don't remember from the Sun if this ever happened, but from the Ascendant it definitely happened. I suddenly didn't become a king, but I became a boss. Suddenly I was working alone, and within 2-3 months of this eclipse, actually it was on the same month of the eclipse, after the eclipse I launched, where I started working suddenly with 10 new people, and you suddenly can jump to much higher social responsibility or public responsibility, career responsibility. It can indicate an eclipse that in the next 6 to 12 months, this 10th house for you, there will be big changes. First of all, you get the inspiration of the Sun-Jupiter cycle starting there, that you can do something big, something better. But also the eclipse, whether you want it or no, indicates fated events are coming, they will shift. And usually a person can change your career, a person can have a big change in maybe something happens with their parents, or something happens with their boss, or with their father figure as well, that makes a big shift. And usually because it's with the North Node, you gain something, some more public standing, public reputation, but your social status will change somehow, especially for the Cancer rising, very importantly, over the next 6 to 12 months that this eclipse is showing. And next is that Mercury is turning retrograde on the 21st. You're going to feel it even kind of a week before that, the shadow period. A week before the 21st, some important developments can happen in your social life. Mercury turns retrograde in your 11th house of friendships, social connections. So one way it can play out, sorry, I swallowed something, dust, is that you might start rethinking your social media presence, or who your friends are, and there might be some kind of maybe like not feeling like thinking, oh, maybe this person, I don't want to waste time on these people, or maybe just taking off people from your Facebook or Instagram or who you follow. That can be the simplest thing. Another thing is that you have to re-examine a friendship or social connection with someone, or you're put in a situation where you have to put extra efforts in such matters. Another way is that you can get in touch with people, friends from the past that you haven't seen. Someone can call you, you can call someone, colleagues, teammates, schoolmates, whatever, someone from your environment that you haven't seen for a while, and you can reconnect with them. Another thing that can happen is the 11th house is your gains and earnings and income. You might be asked to rethink about such matters, to replan, to reorganize. If you have your own business, this is the gains of your business and how you reach clients and your marketing strategy. So there, Mercury, you can make you rethink about certain marketing strategy, or how you reach for people. You can try and reconnect with clients you haven't been in connection, or you might actually have some crisis where you say, well, I don't want this kind of following, or this, I want different kind of clients, or you kind of rethink your strategy. Another way it can play out is that you can go back to some and to put extra mental work on something connected to stock markets. 11th house rules stock markets, the economy. Another way it can be is that you can go back and rethink some project connected to long-term goal project that you have to edit, fix, redo, put extra efforts into. But it's not a big deal. Mercury is making quite a few good aspects from there, so I don't think any crisis serious will be happening of any sort. Well, hopefully. And that's about it, Cancers. Quite a happening month. Very, as I told you, the biggest, probably most important events, it's happening here for you in this 10th house. That I think that this will be this new inspiration coming to you. There is an eclipse there and Sun-Jupiter conjunction. So go ahead. It's time for you to act. Thank you.